statement. So if you can just tell us what it is that you were recording here, what your notes say.
PKTT was formed in Feb 2018, and that there was a link to Ian Cameron, DA. And this was in relation to what Advocate Johnson was stating.
Okay.
And it stems from, not the IGI notes, but it stems from the Action SA lady, as she was called in the meeting.
Okay. And then in the block on page 6, you have Sabia. What were you recording here?
Okay, it must be noted that this is General Sabia. And we were told to speak to, in the third block, there's a name of a person, or the third name is an investigator in IDAC. The reason I asked that it be redacted is because he has one specific matter. And if I say that name, the other name, the second name that follows would be. So we were to discuss with that investigating officer the second name and the link to General Sabia.
Without mentioning the name, the second name, is it someone in the SEPS? Is it someone outside?
It's a member of, or former member of high-ranking crime intelligence.
So you were supposed to establish a link
between that person
member and General Sabia.
Correct.
Okay.
But did Advocate Johnson say why you had to do this? This doesn't seem to come from any of Mr. Adams' complaints which gave rise to Project Diversion.
No, Advocate. Like I said, and I think I'm saying it now for the third or fourth time, this is one of the main reasons for my unease. I didn't know where this information that Advocate Johnson was relaying to us is coming from. And I didn't understand how it was linked to the 27 referral. And my greater concern was who was giving Advocate Johnson this information to direct the investigation in this manner.
Well, did you have a suspicion as to who it was?
I did. Because of the meeting that evening, I suspected that this was, and because Advocate Johnson said that Minister Mkhunu wanted to clean up SAPS and crime intelligence, I assumed that there were conversations happening with regards to the greater scheme of things.
So you suspected Advocate Johnson was getting this information from Minister Mkhunu?
That, as well as the fact that her husband worked in crime intelligence.
Okay. Then back to your statement, page 11, the new topic, mounting pressure to progress investigations and effect arrests.
Before you deal with the new topic, at this point, and I'm looking up to paragraph 22, surely at this point you must have a sense about the role of General Khan here. Can you just speak to that? I mean, it's difficult to comprehend a situation where you are all having these discussions in these meetings and tasks are given and his name keeps coming up. You also know who he is, that you now know he's in crime intelligence. He works with Advocate Johnson, Johnson's husband. So there are certain facts you know. You must have formed a view at this point about his...
I did.
Yeah, can you just share that with us?
So what I did was I Googled, because there was a lot of talk about him being on sick leave or suspension, but I wasn't following it. So I had Googled, and I realized that there was a lot of problems between himself and management of SAPS. My opinion that I formed was that, if I'm allowed to just deviate a little bit, in 2023, I had been given a docket where the former head of crime intelligence, Lieutenant General Jacobs, is supposed to have been accused number one. And when I was one statement short from being able to enroll the matter against 3 suspects in the matter.
You are in IDEC at that time?
I'm in IDEC at the time. That is one of the 3 matters that I indicated in Statement 1 where Advocate Johnson point blank refused to let me proceed. In fact, she held a meeting saying that those dockets were going to be sent to SECU, but they had come through the Zondo Commission. And it was around that time that I was putting the link of Advocate Johnson's husband, crime intelligence, and this matter, because people talk. And I was also asking the investigating officer, why are we being blocked? And then I had heard about Advocate Johnson's husband and Mr. Khan being friends. Then all of this happened. So I put 4 and 4 together, and I realized that there were other aspects at play, which made me even more cautious with my note-taking, my written objections, notifying management of how procedures are not being followed. And the mere fact that the Feroz Khan affidavit in the Lushaba matter was kept from me. There's an email to that effect where I'm saying I'm not even made aware of it. I've now had 2 court appearances. I have replied to requests for further particulars. So when I disclose this, it's going to look like I'm hiding information from the defense. So I also vocalized my concerns about General Khan's involvement. It also became very clear his agenda when I started reading his affidavits. And I put so in 2 memos, that he's only speaking about his own issues. So I do believe that he had influence on these matters and how they progressed.
The investigations and the decisions to prosecute.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to the statement. You were dealing with paragraph 23.
It seemed that out of nowhere, Advocate Johnson started putting immense pressure on the team to start effecting arrests on Project Diversion. Advocate Johnson wanted matters enrolled as a matter of urgency. On the 9th of April 2025, Mr. Perumal informed me that Advocate Johnson wanted to advise us that the meeting with Ian Cameron went very well, and that we have his full support, and that we got his affidavit. Mr. Perumal forwarded messages from Advocate Johnson where it is clear that she was eager for the arrests to be effected as soon as possible, or as she put it, let us strike while it is hot.
We do have the screenshot of that. It's not yet in the bundle. It's part of the documents, but we do have, that's supposed to be added and compiled. So we're going to flight that now, but it will be added to file 10 at some point when we do the other documents. Are you able to see it and read it?
Yeah. Okay, ID. Just wanted to advise, meeting with Ian Cameron went well. Full support from him. We got his affidavit. We also got...
No, I think you must start from the beginning. This is an email this is a WhatsApp from Mr. Perumal.
Correct. This is a WhatsApp from Mr. Perumal. He forwarded it to me after he had sent it to Advocate Johnson.
Yes, okay.
So he was reporting to
Advocate Johnson.
Okay.
We also got General Pinar to come in. Once she saw the evidence she's withdrawing I think her reports, wherein she cleared Lushaba. I will sign off on her affidavit on Friday. She admits that she was misled by the IO and Lushaba's friends, etc. We're back at airport, flying back to PTA at 6 p.m.
And so that is his message that he sent to Advocate Johnson, and he's now sending it to you to show that's what he sent her.
Correct.
And then he forwards, so he's basically forwarding the conversation that he's having with Advocate Johnson to you.
Correct.
And where we then see the white messages, like that long message, where it doesn't have a forward, it's because it's his message to her. So when you send it to somebody else, it's not going to show as a forwarded message. But her message to him will come across as a forwarded message.
Correct.
So where we see forwarded, that is from Advocate Johnson to Mr. Perumal. And where we don't see forward, it's his message to her.
Correct.
Okay?
Okay, thank you. Stay on Pinar. I think you meant Pinar. So that we enroll Lushaba ASAP.
And his response?
No problem, ID.
And
Her reply. Let us strike while it's hot.
And that was in reference to enrolling the matters in order to get warrants of arrest?
Correct.
Okay. And what is the process of the enrollment? At that, what would have had to happen in order to get the matters enrolled?
Firstly, we would have had to have a 28-1. And then the prosecutors would have had to evaluate the evidence. From there, one of two things would have happened. If the prosecutor felt that there was a prima facie case, the matter would have been enrolled. If not, then a memo, which I will later display how I had done on the crime intelligence matters to Advocate Johnson is done to say no prima facie case.
When it gets enrolled for the purposes of getting a warrant, is it dealt with in the magistrate's chambers? You don't go into open court for that purpose?
For a warrant of arrest?
Yeah.
The prosecutor is not even supposed to be there.
So who are the role players?
It would be the magistrate and the investigating officer with the investigating officer's affidavit, and there's a pro forma. It's a J, I can't remember, but it's a J something. At the top, it would say, I, Dushantha Ramsamy, confirm that I have perused the docket, and I confirm that there's a prima facie case. I would then sign it, and at the bottom date it, and then there's another portion where the investigating officer will fill out.
And then you're asking the magistrate to authorize the warrant?
But the magistrate is not bound by me saying that there's a prima facie case, because remember, I'm not telling the magistrate what is in the charge sheet or the docket or anything like that. The magistrate is bound in their own duties and responsibilities to read and question the affidavit of the investigating officer. Based on that, then the magistrate would sign the J50.
That message is gone? The WhatsApp?
Oh, the WhatsApp. Okay.
You now
we'll
have the
take-
statement.
Yes.
Commissioner Kumalo says it's a view once message.
We can retrieve it.
Please do. Yeah. This affidavit, so Perumal, Chief Perumal says we got his affidavit. In terms of dates, when this message is exchanged, does that connect to the affidavit that we looked at earlier? Or is he speaking about a different affidavit, do you know?
If memory serves, it is the same date.
Okay.
Yeah. If I can just remember which.
If you go to 2820
Thank you.
in file 7,
28.
it's dated the 9th of
April
2025. And
Does-
your exchange with him is on that day.
Correct.
And it's at 1:30, and that is by Brian Padiachi.
Correct.
Okay. So it's that same affidavit.
It would appear so, yes, Commissioner.
And before Mr. Perumal went to meet with Mr. Ian Cameron, was this discussed as part of your work that you're doing, that we will go and speak to Member of Parliament, Ian Cameron? He has approached us, or we know somehow that we'll get something out of him. How does Perumal end up talking to the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee?
Commissioner, after the 30th of January, until April, I'm completely kept out of the loop. And it's after this message where I'm now being told that we must strike while it's hot, that I'm doing, there is another presentation where I say, I've only received documents on the 11th of April. I haven't received any of the information that was received through the 28th. So I cannot enroll according to the timeline.
If you are kept out of the loop, you say from January until about April, how do you explain that Mr. Perumal sends you this? Because this suggests, you know, on the face of it, this message suggests you know what he's talking about because you've been part of it. How do you explain it then?
I actually had a conversation about this. When I spoke to Mr. Sisoko about this, I said to him, now they want me in because they need a prosecutor. So now they want to bring me into the fold, and the word I used was play nice because they needed a prosecutor.
It's because they wanted to enroll the matters?
Correct.
Okay. And they could only do that with a prosecutor?
With a prosecutor.
Okay.
And do you know whether General Pina did withdraw her report that cleared General Lushaba? Do you know what happened with that?
That was an even bigger fight. How, even if she is shown evidence, it's like the commissioners make their findings and submit a report. You can't now say that you're going to withdraw your April report because of the information that we've received now that contradicts there. You would do a supplementary or a new report saying, based on my new findings, this is what I have discovered or has been placed before me. And due to that, I wish to amend my initial report. And at that point, I actually got Mr. Sisoko in because, and I said to him, you need to deal with Mr. Perumal now because he's not listening. And at that point, I was saying to them, if you withdraw it, okay, if you put it in the docket already, and then now you file a withdrawal of that, and then you go to the commissioner of NASCOM and you say, I'm withdrawing that report. You cannot do that. You have to supplement your report and say that based on new findings, I make new recommendations. So I doubt that the report was withdrawn. I also doubt that the legal department of SAPS would have allowed it in that manner.
But you're not aware whether or not it was withdrawn? Okay, thank you.
Can I just get clarity on this? So this relates to the Lushaba matter?
Correct.
But when did the split happen where Mr. Rapesu was assigned the Lushaba matter and the other team was assigned the Mukwele matter?
Around the 16th to the 20th of January 2025, there was a separation of the team members.
So you weren't being kept abreast about the Mukwele matter?
Correct.
But you were being kept abreast about the Lushaba matter by Mr. Rapesu?
Until the 30th of January, correct. Oh, well, actually, no, just a little bit before. He didn't know anything about it until the 10th of February when he received the letter. And then on the 10th of February, he ceased work.
Yes.
So
I think that is what's missing in our timeline, is that when he gets suspended, who then takes over the Lushaba case?
Mal and Mr. Padiachi. And After that, it went from an investigation of what transpired at station level, and all of a sudden, I really didn't understand, and until now I don't understand, why Crime Intelligence Vetting Department was constantly filing affidavits. Because even in the Lushaba matter, there's 3 affidavits, one of whom is a 204.
So when you say that you weren't being kept abreast, that would have been from February when Mr. Rapes was no longer on the Lushaba matter?
Correct.
But you were aware that the Lushaba matter is now being investigated by Mr. Perumal and his team?
Correct.
And you're not aware then what's happening on that investigation?
Correct.
Okay. Are you asking for updates, or how does the process work?
I'm supposed to be updated on every single witness that's consulted, every step of the investigation. Where there's problems with witness statements, I'm supposed to get the drafts, I'm supposed to proofread, I'm supposed to analyze. When it's a 204, I'm supposed to peruse a draft before we can take it to Advocate Johnson to authorize a 204. None of those things were happening.
Yes, I think we get to the point at some stage where you